All right, so I started this channel out as being like a GameStop consultant. I mean, that's the name of the channel and everything. Um, for me, I've been a big fan of video games for my entire life. I don't remember when I started playing. It was, I don't know, I was five, not five, maybe I was 6 or 7, playing on my dad's Nintendo. Um, I was pretty young, and it just kind of stuck with me. As I got older, I was still very much interested in it. I got my first PlayStation, or my first personal console, which was a PlayStation 1 when I was 10. And then as I got older and finally got my own job, I was able to buy stuff, and then my collection just blew way up. Then I started buying everything, buying handhelds. I bought an original Xbox, bought a PS2, bought an N64, bought this, bought that, but this, bought that. And I kind of still do. However, I think I'm going to take this channel in a different direction just because, I don't know. I've been thinking about it, and I have a lot that I want to try to do in life, a lot of visions, and I'm like, I'm overwhelming myself with too much. I need to focus on a select few and just make them actually happen. This would be cool if I could become the GameStop consultant, but it feels like it's a long shot. It's a very long shot that GameStop's ever going to see my videos. It's a long shot that they're going to call me up or whatever, email me or something, I don't know, contact me on here through a comment. Super long shot. So, and video games, even though it's still my hobby and I'm very interested in it, I still read Metacritic reviews all the time, and back when magazines were still a thing, I was big into EGM and Game Informer and Nintendo Power and PlayStation Magazine and what was the other one? I don't know, but a whole bunch of them. And yeah, it's just anything video game related interests me. But I don't know, for the past 10, 15 years, I really haven't had time for my video games. It's mostly just collection. Yeah, 10 years, actually. That's what it's been now that I think about it. Basically, exactly 10 years. I really haven't been able to play my games. Yeah, I play stupid mobile games like Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and such, but that's not a real game to me. A real game is one that you pop in your console, you play it on your TV, and there's progress. Galaxy of Heroes, there's no progress. It's just forever. Or until the servers shut down or whatever, CG gives up. But, a real game has a start and an end, or a semblance of an end. I mean, I guess open world games kind of go on forever in theory, but there is a semblance of an end, but you know what I mean. So, anyways, yeah, I just don't have time for games, and I wanted to do this to try to save GameStop, but I'm at a point now where I sort of don't care. I am a Sony guy because PlayStation was my first console, but at the same time, I'm also a Nintendo guy because that's what I started with, my dad's Nintendo. And I never bought a PS5 just because I thought, what's the point? I've always wanted one. I still want one. It'd be cool to get one. There's a bunch of games on PS5 I'd like, but there's no point. They'll never get played. I'll just have it and it'll just be sitting there. And then at least, for like family time to play multiplayer games, I do like to have a console in general. And so that's kind of what the Nintendo's for, because that's got a lot of family friendly games on it and such. And then when the Switch 2 came out, that was just disappointing to me. That's just a piece of garbage. That is not a Switch 2. That is a Switch Pro. That's very low effort, out of date updates. They made it so what, it can do 4K now or something, 1080p. Like, oh cool, because the PS5 wasn't doing that in 2019. Way to catch up, Nintendo. And then they want to jack their game prices way up. Like, PS5 games are way better graphically and everything. They didn't charge way more. Why do you think you're special, Nintendo? So, I don't know. I'm kind of annoyed with Nintendo. I don't have time for games in general, and I'm just like, why should I keep wasting time campaigning for something that I don't want to say I don't care about? I still go to GameStop all the time, at least once a week. But it's just, I don't know. I should put my efforts and energies towards something else that could matter a lot for the rest of my life, not just like a personal hobby of, I don't know, when I was 20 and younger. So, what I think I'm going to change this channel into, which is why I have the Connecticut flag behind me, is because, or not is because, is I think I'm going to take it down a more political route instead. It's kind of goofy to keep the same name channel that I have, but whatever, it is what it is. But alongside with trying to be a GameStop consultant, another thing I've been thinking about doing for literally a decade now, since about 2016, 17, is when I really started seriously considering this, is I want to get into politics. I was briefly in my local town politics, but unfortunately, the schedule with my local town politics didn't work with my schedule with my daughter, and I didn't want conflicts of interest to be there. I didn't want to sacrifice my time with her to go to the political meetings and stuff. So I dropped out. I only attended like 2 meetings. Then I was like, I can't do this, unfortunately, right now. But I still have every intention of getting back into it, and I still try to stay in contact with some of the people. No one answers me. It's weird. It's like I've been like, I don't know, blacklisted or something just because I dropped out. I'm still 100% interested, and I made this very clear to them too. I just told them my situation is my kid, and that's going to be my priority for now. So when she's older and got her own life going, then I'm going to come back and try to do this. But my plan, or my hope, is that someday I will become governor of Connecticut, my state. I've lived here literally my whole entire life, born here, raised here. I still live here in Connecticut, so I am 100% a Connecticut resident. And I just think there's a lot of nonsense in the state that nobody's ever addressed over the years, and maybe it'll be me finally that can do it. Now, as far as this goes, I don't see this as happening anytime soon. I don't think I'm going to be governor in the 2026 election. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky. I'll make a lot of videos. These will take off, and somehow I'll get backing, and maybe it could happen. Who knows? That would be crazy. That's not what I'm expecting, though. What I'm thinking is going to be a slow roll. I'm thinking in like, I don't know, 10 years maybe, when my daughter's an adult and all this. Then I'll get into local town politics. I'll do something small, like get on some committee. Then I'll work my way up. Maybe I'll be like a selectman or something. Then I'll become the mayor. Then I'll try to get into like the House of Reps and take it from there. Then when I'm at the House of Reps, then I can go for the governor. So, I'm thinking this is like a 20-year plan, 20 plus year, could be even more, 20 years just to get to the House of Reps. But yeah, I don't think this is going to happen tomorrow. But what I wanted to do is just talk about what my plans would be. Talk about my vision for the state. Talk about what I would do if I was in the position. Or I should say what I will do if I get the position. And yeah, and then just talk about other random political stuff too. So yeah, this is kind of just the reintroduction, I guess, of this channel from what it was to what it is. I'm not going to delete any of the old videos that were on here. Hopefully, anyways, over time, I'll have so many of these new political ones that those will just get buried, and then they'll just be like, hey, that was a fun little thing that I started on here, and now it's something else. But, they'll still be there. It's just I don't think I'll be making new new GameStop videos. I'm going to be talking about what I want to do in politics and what I want to do for the state. I do have, since I've been thinking about this for a decade, I have plenty of ideas, tons of ideas. And so, yeah, I definitely have plenty of content to make videos for everything that I'm thinking of. And then more, there's all these people that are political commentators as their career. So there's plenty of random political commentary I can do as well, on top of talking about what I plan to do for the state. So anyways, this is just, I don't want to say it's been 8 minutes, but a quick reintroduction of this channel. And my next video is just going to be like a reintroduction of myself. I did already provide a video resume of who I am and what I'm all about, but that one was geared towards becoming a GameStop consultant. So I was trying to pitch myself in like a professional sense in terms of towards a company. Now I got to reintroduce myself and pitch myself in terms of a state. What makes me qualified to be the head of the state and all this. So that'll be what comes after this, and then I'll just take it from there and start talking about my plans for my envisioned policies and such. So yeah, that's all this was. Thanks for listening, and I hope you stick around and support me in my journey to better the state of Connecticut. I mean, if you're not from Connecticut, you probably don't care at all, but if you are, hey, stick around. You might like some of the things that I plan on doing. So anyways, yeah, that's all I got. So thanks for your time, and have a great rest of your day.